Hey everybody, welcome back to the Huddle, the Review.com's weekly sports show. I'm Executive Editor Rob Todor of the Alliance Review, joined as always by Mike Brown, Sports Editor. And today, Mike, we're going to talk about wrestling. And they're getting into the meat of the season. Northeastern Buckeye Conference matches last weekend. West Branch with a victory, and Minerva with an impressive victory.
Yeah, that was a good match last week. I knew that would be a close one between Minerva and Marlington, and that's how it played out down the Lions Den. And I still think both those two are going to be, I think Minerva could be, after West Branch, which is the defending champion, Minerva may be the next one, but Marlington's right up there. And also Alliance had a good win last week. Alliance goes to Canton South and beats the Wildcats.
What's the key for West Branch that has put them above the top? Maybe depth?
I think so, and I think that program's been in place. Mike Helm retired as the varsity coach, but went down as helping out the younger levels. And Jason Brown, who'd been with Mike for 15 years as a loyal assistant, moved up to the head coach. And I think there's continuity in that program, and I think those kids know what's expected of them in the system, and it perpetuates itself. It's a great program.
But a good win for Minerva over Marlington, and the Lions are loaded, I think.
They are. That's a very good wrestling team, and I'll be anxious to see when Minerva and West Branch wrestle a little bit later on. That'll be a great match, especially it's down in Minerva this year, and I can't tell you who's going to win that one. That will be a great match.
Coming up this week, we've got some good matches. Despite it's a holiday season, but we've got NBC matches on Wednesday, or on Thursday rather. Minerva at Alliance.
Yeah,
break that one down.
And there's two teams again. I was talking about how good Minerva is. I think Coach Shaw at Alliance has done a great job. He's got some nice young wrestlers. Alliance goes to Canton South last week and dumps the Wildcats, and that tells me a lot right there that Coach Shaw's got them on the right path, and Alliance has Minerva at home this week. So that could be an interesting match.
Always interesting over the holidays because there's the temptation of the Christmas cookies and everything.
Yeah.
But also, let's remind everybody that the Top Gun tournament's coming up the middle of January. Alliance is going to be hosting a great field there as well.
Right. Yeah, and a big change this year with Top Gun, Rob. And defending state champion St. Paris Graham will be coming back. There was a scheduling conflict this year. They've got a dual meet against Lakewood St. Edward that weekend, and so we won't have St. Paris Graham, which will seem very strange, not having that national power there like we have the last many years. So because of that, it opens it up for probably Maslin Perry, I would think, would be a heavy favorite in the tournament this year. Claymont and Coach Tokinen always brings a great team to Top Gun. There's another team. And there's some other ones that could be factors. There's a couple out-of-state teams coming again, so that's going to be a really good tournament. Will be different without St. Paris Graham there.
Let's go back to this week, though. Let's talk about Carrollton at Marlington. That's going to be an interesting because Carrollton and both really good, solid programs there, Carrollton and Marlington.
Yeah, and both those two are going to be right in the mix, too, as far as the title race, I think. With Marlington, they've got DeMonte Thomas, still have him in the lineup. Now, he'll be leaving early. He's going to be going to the University of Michigan. He'll be enrolling early, getting ready for the football program up there. But Marlington still has him, and such a dynamic talent, one of the best wrestlers around. And they still have him. They'll have him, I believe, until around the first of the year. And then he'll be heading to Michigan. But Marlington's got good individuals, and obviously we know Carrollton's got. Carrollton's been right up there the last several years, so that'll be a good match this week as well.
Yeah. And West Branch will travel to Salem. Salem a little bit down this year, maybe on the wrestling program, and West Branch would probably be an odds-on favorite. But as we have learned in that rivalry, you never want to take anything for granted because if there's a match that is going to make Salem's season, it would be this one.
That is the one. I mean, that's one of the best rivalries around, and no matter what it is, no matter what sport they're playing, both teams bring their A game.
Yeah, absolutely. So a great start to the wrestling season. Hopefully you get out to some matches, and we'll be there with coverage both in the Review print edition. We'll also have coverage on the Review.com. We'll have videos of a lot of matches coming up. So we feel really good about our wrestling coverage. Mike and his staff do a great job, and we're really proud of that. We think we cover wrestling better than anybody. So make sure you check out the Review for coverage each and every week.